What's up, guys? Again, this is Shoes, and this is John, and as always, this is Delco Does It, and we have Week 3 of the NFL. Our Week 2 wasn't bad, it wasn't what we wanted, but we're hoping for a clean sweep this week. Johnny's got some real good picks for us.
Yeah, last week didn't quite work out the way I had hoped after, a couple of tough beats, and that's what it's taken to beat us so far, but, I'm optimistic. I like some plays this week, and I think we're gonna crush some money here. So
awesome.
We're gonna start out with the Raiders at the Patriots. Now, it's all about the offenses for these teams so far. The first 2 weeks, Cam, he's played well and he's gotten it done. He came within an eyelash of getting in the end zone and winning that game in Seattle on Sunday night. Thankfully for one of our bets last week, that didn't happen.
Yeah.
But,
Russ is Russ. But Cam played him.
Yeah.
Whew, he looked great.
Yeah, he got it done against Miami in week 1 with his legs. And, he did a better job of throwing the ball last week.
Yeah, they put up 30 points.
Yeah, I didn't fully expect that. I said I needed to see it in the beginning of the season, and I'm seeing it so far. So, I like what New England has done offensively. And the Raiders look great offensively as well. But, Derek Carr is playing like a star quarterback right now.
And how about Aguilar, man, catching everything that comes his way?
Yeah, it's sad to see as an Eagles fan, but
it's working for him.
Yeah, he's got some strong young weapons there, but they're all beat up this week. You're talking about Josh Jacobs, Darren Waller, they're both beat up, probably not going to play or see much action. And
Jacobs is a huge part of that offense.
Yeah, traveling to New England on a short week, I get how they've been offensively, but I just don't think they're going to have enough this week. And I think the Patriots cover the -6 here at home against the Raiders.
I think that's a strong pick.
Yeah, the Patriots are going to get it done at home this week against a beat-up Raiders team that's on short rest traveling to the East. There's just so many factors going against them right now. I think the Pats are a solid pick laying the -6 here. They win this game by a touchdown or more.
Cool. Way to start.
Yeah.
Start strong. What do we got next?
All right, so this one is going against the grain and against what a lot of people think, but the New York Football Giants this week at home getting 3.5 from a very, very injury-riddled San Francisco 49ers team.
They are decimated.
The Giants are down their best player. We know that. They're not a great team to begin with.
They did bring in Freeman.
Yeah, but they showed a lot of fight last week at the end of that game in Chicago, and they came very, very close to stealing it at the end there on the road.
Yeah.
Again, the Niners are just absolutely depleted by injuries right now. Jimmy G's not going to play this week. You have no Mostert, no Tevin Coleman, and Kittle's dealing with an MCL sprain and a bone bruise, so probably won't see him, if maybe not at all this week.
And I didn't even hear you mention Bosa.
No, and they lost their
biggest player on that defense.
Best player for the season.
That's a huge impact.
I know they stayed on the East Coast this week, but listen, the Giants are not a good football team, and the 49ers are. Even when they're not healthy, they're probably still more talented right now than the Giants. The Giants aren't going to win many football games this year, but I like them in this spot. I think at home, getting the 3.5, they're going to be able to keep it close enough to cover that 3.5, if not win outright. The Niners are a better team, but I think this is a great spot for the Giants to possibly steal one here, and if not, at least keep this game within that field goal to cover that 3.5. So I'm taking the New York Giants plus 3.5 here this week.
You heard it here first, and I don't see many people jumping on that bet, but there is value there.
So pick number 3 this week. We're going to Baltimore, Monday Night Football, biggest game of the year in a young season so far. The Kansas City Chiefs getting 3.5 from the Baltimore Ravens. The Chiefs did not play well at all last week.
The Chiefs are getting 3.5?
They are getting 3.5 this week from the Ravens. The Chargers beat up on them a little bit. It was a physical game. They had the Chiefs down a little bit, but, we all know the Chiefs are never out of a game. And, they found a way to come back, get that thing to overtime, and get the win. And, they're champions. And I think they're going to show up in a big way this week, looking to have a bounce-back performance against, another marquee team that is every bit the Super Bowl contender that they are. And, the Ravens, they're incredible. They're a very, very good football team. Lamar Jackson is phenomenal. He can do it all with his legs, with his arm. The guy just gets it done. Mm-hmm. And, he's only getting better. But, and the spotlight is going to be on this week in primetime, Monday Night Football. You got to love this.
Yeah. I'm so excited to see these guys go head-to-head.
I'm expecting a great game that's going to come down to the wire. And I think there's a solid shot that whoever has the ball last here is going to win this football game.
Yeah.
And I think the winner's going to take it by a field goal or less. So this 3.5 is great value on the Chiefs here. This is probably the only game all season where you're going to see them as an underdog.
Yeah.
And, I'm taking the Chiefs at plus 3.5 on Monday Night Football. If they don't win this game, I don't think they lose it by more than a field goal here. I think this thing is going to be tight. It's going to come down to the wire, and it's going to be an absolutely fun game to watch, and I can't wait for it.
Yeah, I can't wait either. I like that bet, and I'm also curious to see what the over is here. I don't know the exact number, but I think it might be plus 100. It could be sky the limit in this game, so stay tuned.
You could see a lot of offense this week. I mean, I know the Ravens' defense is very, very good, but the Chiefs can put up a number against anybody. We know that. We've seen it.
Cool.
So, I'm expecting a really fun game this week.
Absolutely. What do you got for us next?
All right, so we are going down to Hot Atlanta to see the Falcons laying 3 this week. And, their defense has been absolutely terrible this year. We saw them get carved up by Dallas in the second half last week and completely give that game away. It was actually stunning to watch. They got lit up at home by Russ and the Seahawks in week 1.
Just hurts my soul, man.
Yeah, and, just 40 points to Dallas last week, but thankfully that Falcons offense can score. And, and I think they'll be able to get it done against the Bears team that isn't really as good as that 2-0 says they are. Mm-hmm. They benefited from an absolute meltdown by the Lions in week 1, which cost us. That defense in Detroit is terrible, and the Lions were actually... They made the Bears and Trubisky look good. We all know how I feel about Trubisky. I have no confidence in the guy. They hung on by a thread against a not-so-great Giants team at home last week. I think this is the week that the Bears get the rug pulled out from under them. Atlanta is as close to a must-win early in the season as you can get for the Falcons. And, I think that they have a trip to Green Bay looming this week. They got to get this game. They have to get this game. The Falcons they're going to cover the 3 points at home here. And I don't think the Bears are going to necessarily keep it even that close. So I love the Falcons -3 at home this week against the Chicago Bears.
Cool. I see value in that pick. The Falcons are banged up. They're going to have Ridley, I think, as their number 1 receiver this week with Julio Jones being out. He is a game-time decision, I believe they said. I would stay away from this pick myself. I see where you're going here. I don't trust Trubisky, but I don't trust Matt Ryan in that Falcons team at all. Okay. They go up and down, so it's just volatile on both sides.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I see where you're coming from there. It's not my favorite pick this week, but I do like it a lot. I think cool. The Falcons bounce back here.
Good. What do you got next?
So, again, this is not a total homer pick, but there's a little bit of it in there. And the reason I say that is because I know this football team better than I know any other football team being here and seeing it. I'm wearing this shirt today as a reminder to myself to be confident in this team and what they can do. I know it's not the same team that did this 2 years ago. I get that. I get it. But it's more, the in-spirit thing here for me. But the Eagles right now are laying 4.5 at home against a bad Bengals team. They've been struggling early on. The Eagles have been struggling early on. Wentz has been awful. He's trying to do too much, and it's really cost his team big time. Mm-hmm. The defense has not... They weren't great in week 1. They were put in bad positions a lot by the offense, and so that wasn't totally on them. But they got absolutely run all over by the Rams last week. There was no fight in them.
They averaged over 7 yards a carry.
Yeah,
7 yards a carry is an absolutely ludicrous number.
Yeah, it was bad. It was ugly. It was an ugly game in the second half. And the Eagles are in just as much of an early must-win situation as the Falcons are here this week.
Absolutely.
This team has shown over the years that they have a lot of fight in them under Doug Peterson. And, I know he's been making a lot of lame excuses, and, people haven't liked what's been coming from him lately.
Yeah,
and I'm one of them.
I feel like Peterson's lost a lot of confidence in Wentz. When you're hearing out of your head coach's mouth that your quarterback's making unacceptable throws to the public, there's something wrong there, and there's a disconnect. And I really hope they bounce back strong this week. I think they will, personally. I think they're going to win in dominating fashion. At least I'm hoping to make me feel better about this whole year and the situation and where we're at. But I'm not liking what I'm seeing on the field, and I'm certainly not liking what I'm hearing. So I mean, I do think they will bounce back, and I think this is a good, solid bet. But for the future of this team and this year, I have major concerns.
Oh yeah, me as well. Doug's not wrong about what he said, but I don't think he's handling it the right way. Because Carson, he's the league leader in interceptions and off-target throws. He's got 20 off-target throws. That's absolutely horrible for somebody that's supposed to be as good as Carson Wentz. It's,
Doug hasn't shown a history of throwing his players under the bus.
No,
he's jumped on the grenade. He's just not that type of coach. And to see or hear him say that speaks volumes to where his frustration level is at with this offense and with Carson Wentz.
And I know it's way early to jump the gun here, but is groundwork being laid for Jalen Hurts here? Because I know
think
that
the
sounds
real
ridiculous,
problem is, honestly, and I'm sorry to say this, is Howie Roseman. Where is the superstars on this team? Yeah. Our drafts, I mean, who do we produce besides Miles Sanders was a diamond, thank God. But besides that, what is our playmaker on defense from draft?
Right. Yeah,
they're all gone. We have Darius Slay. Teams are just not going to throw to him, and they're going to pick on every other player. Yeah. He's really put us in a bad situation.
And I mean, the other thing that's concerning, there's not a ton of young talent on this football team.
No, there's not.
That doesn't bode well for the future right now. But
it's very scary. But this week, we like our birds.
Yeah, as far as this week goes, I mean, the Bengals they're just not a good football team. The Eagles need to get the ship right.
And they have a rookie quarterback who can sling it, but he again, rookie quarterback. So I'm hoping that our defensive-minded team or Jim Schwartz can come up with some sort of scheme to stop or confuse this young man.
Yeah, this is, the Eagles dug themselves an early hole, and they need to start trying to get out of it right now because they have a very, very rough schedule, especially over the next 3 weeks, traveling west and then at the Steelers, and then they get the Ravens.
The Ravens.
This is where the buck has to stop here with the excuses and the miserable inept play. They need to get it done this week. They not only need to win this game, they need to win this game convincingly.
Yep.
Because you can't escape by the skin of your teeth against a very bad Cincinnati Bengals team at home and have any hope for the future at all here. Because if they don't win this game by a touchdown or more, you can pretty much already chalk this season up as a disaster. And I'm sorry to say that.
All I got to say, too, is they better be thankful that there's cardboard in the stands and not real fans.
Yeah, the
boos would be howling down.
Yeah, I even said if the PA announcer wants to be accurate, he should be raining boos on the field right now.
Absolutely.
Because it's awful, and it's been terrible.
Putrid.
This is the week that they get it right. This is the week that they come out and they have a dominant performance against what should be an overmatched Bengals team. Eagles minus 4.5 at home here because we need it. We need it. We have to have it. They will. They're going to get it done here. And a little juju for the Phillies here coming into the home stretch. They need to get some wins here against a Tampa team that is already clinched. There's no excuse not to get into the playoffs right now, guys.
Let's do it. Finally, the playoffs will come back to Philadelphia.
So, as a bonus pick here, we've got UFC 253 coming up tomorrow night for all you MMA fans out there. big fight in the middleweight division. Rob, what do you got?
I have Israel Adesanya versus Paulo Costa, which I hope I'm saying that right. I'm sure I butchered both names. Both fighters are undefeated going into this. They both came off of wins going the distance against Romero, which I think this fight has the potential to go to distance, even though they both have knockout power and great striking power from Costa especially. I do like that, but I just think that Adesanya's size is just going to be too big of an advantage to overcome. I think he is 80-inch reach over Costa's 72. That's just going to be tough for him to get inside and to really hit him with anything striking to where he's going to be able to take advantage. Costa's a little bit younger, but only by 2 years. He's 29 to Adesanya's 31. So I think the smart money here is to stay with the champ.
Cool. So you like the money line on Israel Adesanya here?
Yeah, I do. It's I think it's minus 160 is what I got it at. I believe it's minus 175 now, but I do like that. Yeah.
All right. So fight fans, get that in, man. If you like the UFC and you want to get a little bit of action on it, I'm personally going to be watching, and I'm hoping for a bit, a fun fight.
Good, cool, man. Cool. And thanks, guys. Delco does it.
Yeah,
we'll
man.
See you next time.
See you next week.